Wait, what? Wait. What language is this? Okay, so this is the same thing in Portuguese as lust. And in Portuguese you read this as luxúria. This in Portuguese is the same thing, and it's gula, which is oh man, not hunger. Fuck. Man, I can't. God damn it! It's the one about food. God damn it! I can't think. Now this I don't know, but I really don't know what language this is, but in Portuguese would be avareza. This achedia, and I don't know what that means. But anyways, like this is like 1, 2, 3, and 4. But like the deadly sins are 7, right? Where are the other ones? What? Okay, invidia in Portuguese would be inveja, so envy. So what? 1, 2. Oh, god damn it, game. I was looking for another house. Like Roth. Hello.
And when the Lamb broke the 5th seal, I saw under the altar the souls of the martyrs, slain because of the word of God. You made martyrs of my family. And I am prepared to do the same to yours.
What the hell?
But God is watching us. And he will judge us on what we choose in this moment.
You're using my friends, though.
I told you that we were living in a world on the brink.
Like Grace and the
Where
other
every
one.
slight, every injustice, where every choice reveals our sins. And where have those sins led us? Where have those sins led you? Your friends have been taken and tortured. And it's your fault. Countless people have been killed, and it is your fault.
How is it my fault?
Is on fire, and it's your fault.
How is it my fault if you're the one that captured them, you asshole?
Was it worth it?
They were free. They were free. It's not my
Was it?
fault. You make no sense.
When are you gonna realize that every problem cannot be solved with a bullet? When you first came here, I gave you the choice to walk away. You chose not to.
Why
In the
would
face
I
of
walk
God,
away if
I'm
I'm a
making you
cop?
that offer one last time. You put down your guns. And you take your friends. You leave me my flock. And you go in peace.
Go in peace. You're fucking insane.
Is he? We never should have been here in the first place.
You know what to do, Rook.
Remember,
Remember what?
God is watching.
Man, fuck God. Hold on, can I pause? I can't pause. Well, this doesn't make sense. I'm a cop. I am a cop. I'm a cop. I gotta resist. I'm a cop. I am a cop. Like, there's not, like, hello.
This night,
Hello.
every injustice and every choice reveals our sin. John was wrong. Your sin is not wrath. So you'd rather watch the world suffer and burn than swallow your pride. And the Lamb broke the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake. And the sun became black, and the moon turned to blood.
Your friends now see the truth! They welcome Eden's gate into their hearts! They will die for me! Be gone, demon!
Thanks, Rookie. Let's get this bastard.
Jesus fucking
Get up.
you saved my ass. You will feel the full
Where
fury
is
of
he?
the Lord!
Get up.
God damn, Rookie, you pulled my
It will be
fat.
sweeter now when you all
Time to get your
fall.
badge.
That was crazy. I don't think it's over yet. Keep on your toes,
I
Rookie.
gave you every chance, and you threw it all away. You've brought the world crashing down around us. Don't you see that?
No. You're what? Get up.
My thoughts were my own.
I can hear the Father's song clearly now.
Plan two.
Get up. Don't get in front of me. Up.
Well, that was weird.
That was weird. Is he gone? Get up. No.
Coming for you, deputy.
Be gone, demon!
Get him up. Get her up. On your feet. Come on.
You're
We got
pathetic
big
mom
money now.
cannot stand
And
before
it
the
is time for
storm!
Joseph's seed to fall.
This is totally fucking crazy. What the fuck is coming back? Everything you've done, everything you earned, everything you fought for is for nothing!
Shut the fuck up, dude. Get up. Get me up. Thank you.
Mine is the face of truth.
Get Get up.
Over here!
Get up.
Oh, fuck! Joseph Seed, am I right, amigo? Oh,
Come here. On your feet. Come on,
Jesus.
Grace.
Let's get those fucks.
Get up. Come on.
Take him down! Take him down hard!
You don't know what you're doing! Only I can save you! You have to believe me!
Are you done? Are you done, you piece of shit?
Forgive them, Father. They know not what they do. And when the Lamb opened the seventh seal, there was silence in heaven. And the seven angels before God were given seven trumpets.
They're given what?
And there were noises,
Trumpets.
thunderings, lightnings, and an earthquake.
Joseph Seed, you're under arrest.
And I heard a great voice from the temple say to the angels, "Go your ways, and pour from the vials the wrath of God upon the earth."
Jesus fucking Christ! That scared the fuck out of me.
It is finished, child.
You're finished.
Oh my god.
Is that
Oh
a
my
nuclear?
God.
Sing great.
Is that a nuclear?
House.
That has to be a. No, you're gone. We're gone.
Hudson, you take him back! We gotta go!
He was right.
Shut the fuck up!
Get moving! Drive! Drive! Drive!
Main drive.
Jesus fucking Christ, kid. You see this shit? Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, get to the goddamn bunker now!
We're gonna die. Oh, we're gonna die. 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 We're gonna die.
Right, get us to that bunker! Go!
I'm going.
Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus.
Watch the road!
What do you mean, watch the road? The birds. What birds? What?
He was right!
out.
He was fucking right!
Shut up!
Dude, he wasn't right. Someone set off a
Hold
nuke.
on! Keep going!
Like, a nuke is man-made.
Burn the dead for our sins!
It's
We're
right.
gonna burn it down for everything we've done! Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb. Holy Mary, Mother
How
of
many
God, pray
nukes?
for us
Hold on.
sinners now and Amen.
How many nukes are going off right now?
Turn! Turn!
Fine, I'm turning. Shut the fuck up.
Hang on!
We're not gonna make it! We're not gonna make it!
Look out! Tree!
Trophies called together forever. isn't he?
Attention. Attention. This is the emergency broadcast system. Take shelter immediately. Take shelter immediately. This is not a drill. Repeat. This is not a drill.
Fine.
You know what this means?
It means you win.
It means the politicians have been silenced. It means the corporations have been erased. It means the world has been cleansed by God's righteous fire.
Did you do this?
Most of all, it means I was right. The collapse has come. The world as we know it is over. I waited so long.
For what? To kill a bunch of people?
I waited
to ruin
so
the
long
fucking
for
planet?
the prophecy that God whispered in my ear to be fulfilled. I prepared my family for this moment.
By drugging them?
And you
Torturing
took them
whoever
from
didn't
me.
agree?
I should kill you for what you've done.
Likewise.
But you're all I have left now. You're my family. And when the world is ready to be born anew, we will step into the light. I am your father. And you are my child.
So what, you're gonna
And
prevent me from
together we
leaving
will
like you did
march
to your
to
daughters?
Eden's gate.
Okay guys, usually for a review, I usually do it immediately after I'm done playing the game. This time, for a number of reasons, I had to wait and for a few days after watching the credits. I have played multiplayer with a dear friend of mine, and it was very enjoyable. For my review, first I want to address the visuals. I think they're beautiful. I want to address soundtrack is gorgeous. I do have a complaint though. You see here on options, if you go on audio and video, you have this thing for music. You can see that it's off. There's so many tracks that still play despite me choosing to not have music. Well, because I'm trying to avoid copyright. And I fail because this option only means this. That's it. It's completely misleading. And I don't appreciate it. Characters and voice acting. I can't like, if I'm honest, I didn't really feel. I don't think any of the performances were bad. Having said that, I don't think any of the performances were outstanding. I think they were just okay. Um, Characters. Um, to be fair, I didn't feel attached to any of them, including Rook, and I'll get to that in a second. But one thing that I absolutely loved is how your companions interact with each other. Your companions have different lines depending on who's matched up. So, to clarify, for example, I can have Sharky here and Peaches, and he will address Peaches being present a bunch of times. If I join these two, these guys will have a bunch of dialogue between each other. And this happens with, was that my phone? Goodness me, I forgot to mute it. I'm sorry. Give me just a second. So, I really really like how your companions or your buddies here acknowledge each other. Well, with the exception of the animals, but that's, I guess that's to be expected, right? I am missing this guy. The reason why I didn't go for him is because I don't really see a point, if I'm honest. The reason why I don't see a point is because, on one hand, the perks. See, perks, you get perks by either fulfilling these challenges, um, or prepper stashes, and those have nothing to do with these missions, or these missions, or these missions, and these missions. Like, none of the missions give you anything like perks, weapons, upgrades. Excuse me. So, as soon as I achieved the unlocked all the perks I wanted, and got the loadout I wanted, until the end of the game, I just stopped chasing side content. Because, in my opinion, and maybe because I didn't really feel connected to the characters, any of the characters, I didn't feel compelled or motivated to, excuse me, to see as much of the world as possible, in the sense that there's still missions that I can explore, there's still characters I can meet, there's still situations I can, I guess, or scenarios that I can experience still. So that's why I didn't pursue all the available side content. Now, going back a little regarding Rook's personality, or Rook's character, Rook doesn't have a personality. And I'm saying this, look, I don't know if Ubisoft wanted the player to feel more connected to the character, and so Rook is a blank slate. Like, there's nothing there. The only lines, I guess, that Rook has are grunts. For when she gets damaged, for when, I say she because I'm playing as a woman. When she gets hurt, when she jumps, in cutscenes, but again, it's all grunts. And maybe, as I said, maybe Ubisoft wanted the player to feel like they could be more themselves, considering that Rook is a blank slate, as I said. But to me, it's very hard to relate and to feel connected to a character like that in scenarios like these. What I mean by this is, and I'm gonna touch a little bit on the story now. Throughout the campaign, several characters um have mentioned how the cult changes people. You're not the same after the trials. You're not the same after you talk to Joseph. You're not the same after the bliss. You're not the same after whatever. And if our character doesn't speak, there's no possible way to determine if if Rook from the first mission is or feels or acts differently than Rook at the end of the game. Granted that you do have a choice regarding how do you want to go about, or how do you want the game to end. Do you want to go out with a bang? Do you want to just leave? You know? Um, and so, to me, I didn't, I don't see, um, I don't see this choice by Ubisoft of making of making Rook um, voiceless, without personality, without character, without nothing, to be a bad one, to be a bad one. Um, Now, story-wise, and actually, before I tackle the story, gameplay-wise, there's a lot of things that they did right. There's a lot of things that I wish they could have improved a little bit. The checkpoint system is atrocious. There's a few glitches and bugs here and there that are annoying, particularly during the Dixon Nixon whatever thingy. I can't remember the names for those challenges. You know, like the timed ones with vehicles and stuff, or wingsuit. Um, I haven't shown. I kept those parts out, but there were several instances where, particularly with the wingsuit, um, I would jump, and then the wingsuit wouldn't deploy. And obviously that's a failure in those challenges. That happened several times. So, I was definitely more aggravated than what you would expect, judging from the videos, but that's because there was a lot of attempts that I didn't show because it was just me jumping to my death because the wingsuit just didn't deploy. Um, there's a few other, glitches that I'm pretty sure were noticeable, but other than that, I wouldn't say that they had like major impact on the gameplay. Missions wise, there were two missions, in particular that annoy the heck out of me. One, and they're both story missions. One is about rescuing hostages. That's just a poor excuse to prolong the game further, to make it last longer. And the other one is to chase these drug boats and drug trucks. It's annoying, it's random, and it's another poor excuse to extend the game longer. Other than that, I found the missions quite enjoyable. Some more than others, but I mean, that's just the nature of a game. You're always gonna prefer some things to others. That's perfectly normal and expected. Um, and now I am ready to tackle the story. Excuse me, I had to hydrate because I had a coughing fit. I'm better now. So, story and characters. And by characters, I'm gonna be referring to um, Joseph, which I've been calling Jacob because I mixed the names up, and is 3. I'm gonna call lieutenants or whatever comes to mind. I don't find any of them particularly charismatic, with the exception of Jacob, when he goes on this speech about how, you know, the weak sacrifice themselves so the strong can survive and cull the herd, and that, I think he was properly written, properly delivered, and even designed. But Faith and John, I don't think they made any sense whatsoever. The Bliss thing, what the fuck is going on? The kidnapping thing, what the fuck is going on? Like, and then we want to kill you, but Joseph doesn't want us to kill you, so we're still gonna try to kill you. And we're just here to talk, and like, it just didn't make sense at all. And it was very, very obvious, not obvious, but like the contradiction was so obvious in Jacob's first trial, because we are left behind, like in a house full of corpses, and we're basically left there to die. Is that a snake? Shut up. Okay, sorry about that. So we after the first trial, we are left in a house with corpses, left to die. And yet, oh no, actually although I want to kill you, I'm not allowed to because Joseph doesn't want me to. But you still tried. So, what is the truth here? And this is one example in many. Throughout the game, Joseph and the rest of his people are like, oh, everything is going according to plan, but they're still surprised that, I don't know, like, I guess Rook is making advances and progress in building up the resistance and defeating them. And the storyline just goes back and forth whether Joseph, or say whether everything that's happening, Joseph is already aware that it is going to happen, that it is inevitable, or that we're actually going against whatever his, I don't know, predictions are. And throughout the game, it just, in some cutscenes the answer is yes, and in some cutscenes the answer is no. And the game just can't motherfucking make their minds about, or the developers, the writers, I guess, just couldn't make up their mind regarding what is the prophecy that Joseph believes in, or what is his predictions, or whatever, and how does that match to Rook's journey. Because if in one mission the answer is, oh my god, you're going against the plan, and in the other mission, in the next mission, the answer is everything is going according to plan, everything is going to happen as Joseph said it would, then why are you even trying to stop me then? Because in one of the first monologues by Joseph, he's like, what's the point in trying to fight the inevitable? Well, if I'm supposed to be inevitable, sometimes, why are you even making my life difficult? And the answer, and you might think that the answer is, well, because it's a game, and my answer is no, because it's poorly written. the script of the game is full of contradictions, and as I said, like, they're all over the place, they're very obvious, and unfortunately this game just didn't deliver on the outstanding um, or after the outstanding introduction that it gives the player to this world, to the cult, to Joseph, and how creepy, how absolutely mesmerizing the start of the game is. I was so into it. I was scared, okay? I was super into it, and I felt scared, I felt threatened, and I felt really eager to, to get a real um experience, like a real um message about, bullshit theories and bullshit everywhere, and people just believing the bullshit, and people just acting crazy because they believe the bullshit, and just kind of like the influence, the mind control, the brainwashing, the whatever. And pretty soon after that cutscene, everything just goes into the trash because everything is superficial. Um, Sometimes the game goes in a direction where it's full satire, but then it just fucking hell. Where did he go? Goodness me. That was scary, wasn't it? I completely forgot what I was saying. Right. So sometimes the games goes in full satire of American um, mindset, I guess I could say, and other times is just it's just a big ball of nothing. There's nothing there. For such a theme, like this theme of cults and uh, bullshit, like fake, like lies, and trying to convince people with this absolutely moronic theories, based, whether it's based on religion or on whatever, on conspiracy theories and whatnot. It had so much potential. And after that initial cutscene, man, they dropped the ball so low. And it's such a shame because the potential was all there. Like, this game, in my opinion, could have been so much more memorable, but ultimately is just nothing. I can't tell if Ubisoft was pressured not to go ahead with a more serious tone and approach to the setting, whether it's because religious influences or pressure or fear, of retaliation and such, um, or if the writers just changed, and the writer the writing team changed. They didn't want to change the initial cutscene, but the direction of the rest of the writing took another direction because the team was different, or what is it? Because, to be honest, if you were to imagine that I don't know anything of the game, and uh, I would see the first cutscene, and then I would see the other cutscenes with the lieutenants. So let's say I see the first cutscene with Joseph and the arrest gone wrong, and then I just see a bunch of cutscenes from the lieutenants, and I would just tell you that nah, this must be a different game because the vibe is all off, and that's a shame, in my opinion. So yeah, like those are my biggest issues with the story. Like too many contradictions, not enough charisma in the characters. Like if I were to compare with Far Cry 4, Pagan Min has a lot more charisma than any of these characters, including Joseph, which is the main guy. Um, and another thing is like in Far Cry 4, Pagan Min is in contact constantly with, I believe his name is AJ, but if it's not, please correct me in the comments. I really appreciate that. Um, so he's currently in touch with a player character. Excuse me. Because they actually exchange numbers, and that makes sense. Now, in this game, I don't understand how Bliss works at all. Like at all. It breaks immersion, and I just could not get into the game during those sections, which are very common. Um, and then not only him, but how are we in touch, or how are we being contacted by the lieutenants and Jacob himself in those, dark pink cutscenes and whatnot? Like it just feels so um immersion breaking. Like nothing makes sense. Nothing makes sense. And to top it all off, and this is my final criticism of this game, um, after the tutorial, so once you're out, or once you are allowed to leave Dutch's Island, the game is very clear. Look, right now you have these three main targets. You are free to do whatever you want, in whichever order you want, however you want, whenever you want. It's everything is up to you. And he gives you this false sense of freedom. Why am I saying false? Because you will be forced to do story missions at least 9 times throughout. Without warning, with no way to say no, with no way to say hold on, I want to do something else. And again, it's immersion breaking, it breaks the pace, it takes the freedom of the player, it prevents, people from saving the games and going to bed at a reasonable time. And yes, I'm talking about myself. Um, it really, really disappointed me, that approach. Um, and I mean, and even the kidnappings, in my opinion, don't make sense. Like, okay, how can we give more um, how do you say, more screen time to the characters, to the bad guys, but um, having them interact with the main character. Oh, I know, several kidnappings. Oh, that's a great idea. No, it's not. It's just not. Huh. All things considered, do I think it's a good game? Yes. It's a great game. It's a fun game. It's a Far Cry game. It's a lot of fun. You have a bunch of weapons, you have a bunch of activities. Particularly, I really like the Nixon Dixon clutchy whatever challenges. And there's a lot here for everybody. People that are into co-op, people that are into competitive, people that just want to, play single player, completionists. There's a there's a shit ton of things to do up in here. There's New Game Plus. There's so much variety. You can definitely replay the game. Setting yourself up for different types of challenges or handicaps or whatever. There's a lot of game here, and I give Ubisoft props for that. But in regards to narrative, you ruined it. After the first cutscene, the story was ruined. This has just been, and still is, my opinion. People are obviously free to agree or disagree. That's absolutely normal and fine, whichever the case. But personally, um, I was led to believe after that initial cutscene that this was gonna be a serious tackle at a very, what do you say? A very, oh man, I can't think. Basically, a very common situation nowadays. What is true, what is a lie, what is a conspiracy, what is not. Like, all you have to do is open up, I don't know, comments on social media, and you'll definitely see a bunch of lunatics everywhere. So, fuck. Ah! Can you drown? Well, I guess I'm gonna stay here. There are no sharks or anything in this game. What a fucking asshole, that guy. Scared me, again. Um, um, well, regardless if you agree or disagree, regardless if you have played this to the end or if you dropped it. Oh yeah, I want to talk about the end. I want to talk about the end of the game. But regarding Far Cry 4, here's the thing. I loved Far Cry 4. I loved Far Cry Primal. I have seen a full playthrough of Far Cry 1, 2, and 3 on YouTube. Way back when I wasn't allowed or to have consoles, and I didn't have money to a bit later purchase them. So that's how I enjoyed games. I just watched other people play it. Um, so, regarding the ending, I explained my reasoning about, well, the choice I made, which is to confront. In my situation, I thought I could kill Joseph, but the game or the writers or whatever wanted. They took a different route. I really enjoyed the final mission. I really enjoyed that final battle. I can't really explain it, but I found it fun. I found it cool. The ending itself, definitely not a fan. And I was forgetting to say this. So, remember how I said, I've been saying in the beginning of this review about the Joseph's theory or prediction or whatever you want to call that, and how sometimes he says that he knows, or he and the rest of the characters say this is going exactly the way that Joseph said, or this everything is going according to plan and whatnot, and how the whole collapse thing. So, on one hand, early on in the game, Joseph talks about what's the point of fighting the inevitable. And the inevitable at that time was the collapse, which in the end is a bunch of nuclear bombs going off. And how, you know, somehow this is God's whatever. Actions, will, I don't know. The thing is, and I asked my friend, because she has seen all the endings, including the, I guess, the secret one if you don't do anything with regarding Joseph in the beginning. Anyways, she confirmed that if you choose to leave, you leave. Nothing happens. There's no collapse. What? What? And not only that, like, if it's again, like, if it's something from God, or like a consequence of people's actions and whatnot, or whatever the heck Joseph believes in, why would it be man-made? I'll explain, or I'll clarify. If it was an earthquake, fine, he's right. If it's a tsunami, fine, he's been right. If it's like a bunch of meteorites, fine, he's been right. I'm giving examples that, or a volcanic eruption, he would be right as well. And I'm giving examples of natural phenomena that we cannot accurately predict that they will happen, that we as humans cannot control, cannot prevent. So, you know, if that had been the collapse, I could understand some characters in the backseat of the car yelling, he was right, he was right, he was right. But we're talking about nuclear warfare, man-made weapons. This is bullshit. Like, it's just so dumb. So dumb. And apparently there's a Far Cry New Dawn, which is a sequel, and the canon ending is, well, Rook becoming Jacob's, there I go again, Joseph's bitch. I don't have that game. I'm more eager to play Far Cry 6. Not anytime soon, by the way. I want to jump into something else next. But I'm more excited about moving on to Far Cry 6 than to New Dawn, because I don't see much appeal in I mean, a sequel to this, really. And to be clear, I don't have a problem that Rook wasn't able to bring justice to Joseph, didn't manage to kill him, didn't manage to arrest him. You know, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with, well, having a bad ending, or at least bad consequences for my character. It's just that the justification of, oh my god, he has been right all along. He was right about the collapse, like, and the whole, and the whole thing of, you think you're a hero, you think you're a hero. Let's pretend for a second that the narrative, or Joseph was right all along, makes sense. Let's pretend for a second that that makes sense. How does that justify kidnapping, drugging, torturing, assaulting, murdering people? Because he knows that it's a matter of time until nuclear bombs go off. and I'm the bad guy for trying to put a stop to those actions, fine. Fine. I'm not arresting people, I'm killing them. Fine. But at least I'm trying to rescue the victims and putting a stop to, well, to more victims. You know? So even the whole thing, oh, you think you're a hero, blah blah, in this scenario it doesn't work. And it doesn't work not because, not because I believe that Joseph was never right, he's a lunatic, but because the premise of whatever the cult has been doing, all these atrocities, nullifies any possibility of guilt that I may be, or that maybe I could have felt. They failed completely with the narrative, in my opinion. Now I think I haven't forgotten to mention anything that I wanted to. I will not be getting the platinum. I thought about it a lot, and I actually have about 60% of the trophies, but I have decided against it because I don't love the game that much, and the platinum for this would be very, very time consuming. And I prefer to use the time that I would have spent chasing this platinum into something else. Whether it's working on my The Last of Us documentary, which is going very well. I still don't have a date that I can share with you for the release of the first episode, but it's coming along really, really nicely, in my opinion. And you know, playing other games and having other types of experiences. Well, guys, this is it. This is the end of my journey on Far Cry 5. I enjoyed it. There's a lot of negatives that I spoke about this game, or you know, negatives in my. There are negatives to me, like aspects that are negative to me, in my opinion. But as a game, I like it. It's a good game. It just completely fails at the story, and it's particularly worse than what it should be, because the first cutscene is remarkable. Are you limping? What's wrong with you? Oh my goodness. Oh wow. I don't think I've ever seen an animal limp in a game. Holy shit. Hey, there you go. Another positive. Thank you so much for watching this series, guys. I hope that it was enjoyable. And I'll see you soon.